successful. But if you don't play well offensively, then you can still be successful if you have that mindset and you can, be able to grind it out, which we did every night.
When you were kind of molding this team or recruiting this team, did you anticipate it would have this kind of identity?
Yes.
I guess like the way I imagine is like for baseball, power hitter, I'm going to have a couple more strikeouts, but I'm going to hit more home runs.
Right.
Did you say this team's going to be better offensively, even if I might sacrifice a little defense?
No question. But some of the guys that I took that I wondered if they could guard have ended up being pretty good defensive players. Dakota Mathias, PJ, Ryan Klein. I took high IQ guys that were skilled, that liked basketball, that were coachable. And that last piece of being coachable, if you just do what you're supposed to do and you concentrate and you work at it, you're going to improve. I remember talking to Ryan Klein and his dad about, we were thinking about the time recruiting, about zoning. Who's he going to guard? Or, his dad played in the Big Ten in the 70s. And I let him know it's not his Big Ten anymore. And but I also said, if you have discipline and you're knowledgeable, and Ryan had great coaching in high school, and you got to fight to you, which he does, you're going to make improvements on the defensive end. Now, maybe you struggle out in space one-on-one, but Ryan Klein's done a good job for us defensively. Dakota's done a great job for us. PJ's been really good, got a couple of really big steals the other night. Has done a good job staying with people. But those are the type of things. I was tired of coaching guys that didn't want to be coaching and couldn't make an open shot. And so I think I made a comment after a game 3 years ago, but it's not a school district. I get to recruit this, our team.
Yeah.
And so that's my fault. If I can't go out, and sign Alan Henderson or sign Eric Montrose or get Glenn Robinson, I can still get Ryan Smith or Lewis Jackson or PJ Thompson or Dakota Mathias. I can get those guys, and I got to keep getting those type of guys. Now it helps to get a couple horses in there, like Swanigan and Haas, and versatile guys like Vince Edwards to really mix things up and give you different looks. But in terms of having guards that don't turn the ball over, that can make open shots, that can make the free throws, that want to win and be coachable, you can't have enough of it. And that's really what I didn't think we had enough substance on our team 3-4 years ago, and a lot of times. When you do have a lot of substance and something goes wrong, champions always get off the campus. And so when you've got a lot of guys that care, that want to win, and I think you've seen that when we've lost a game, we've always responded. Sometimes when you don't have a lot of substance, it's hard to get them to respond because they don't dig as deep as they should, or they don't look inside. And we have a lot of guys, when things go wrong, they look at themselves versus it's somebody else's fault. That's what parents and people that blog and they write, they play the blame game. But when you're in the trenches with a bunch of guys that care, that get it, you accept the responsibility and you're accountable. You've got to be accountable as a coach too. And it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about us moving forward and doing the right things. But you have to have the right guys on the bus, which I think we do.
Is this team better defensively than you anticipate going into the season?
We're definitely better than we were. There's no doubt about it. I think we've continued to make strides. Sometimes you get fool's gold when you play people of lesser ability. So when you get in non-conference, sometimes you play some people that maybe are talented, but maybe not great in structure. Then you play some people you're just a lot more talented than. So I think we've had some good moments non-conference, and then we've had some, earlier in conference play, I think we just weren't very good at sticking together. We weren't very good at doing a lot of little things, and we've drastically gotten better, really in each game. We've made strides, but I wouldn't categorize us as a good defensive team, but we're a whole lot better than we used to be. And so I think we have a lot of room to grow with that. We still have some breakdowns people don't make us pay on.
Yeah.
So as a coach, you don't always look at the made baskets. Sometimes you look at the missed baskets and you're like, hey, we just got fortunate that they missed these shots. And so, but definitely you can, if we did make improvements, I don't think we'd been winning the games that we have, especially the close ones.
How about you guys offensively improving? I was looking at the numbers, just 3-point percentage. Seems
Right.
like every guy has improved year after year. If it's just a matter of getting up more shots, why aren't more teams like that? Or why aren't more teams improving to the point that you
Well,
have?
I think we signed better shooters, to be frank.
Uh-huh.
I think we got a more skilled guy. If you go look at all of the guys on our team that shoot well from three, I think they all shot well from three from high school, but maybe besides Biggie. You know, he was probably right around 30. I don't know exactly. But the rest of the guys are 40% three-point shooters. You know, Dakota was a guy that made 4.5 in high school. Ryan had slower tempo. He made about 2.5, but they both were, you know, in the mid-40s. PJ shot it well. Spike has always been a good, you know, good shooter. You know, and shooting the basketball. Carson is in the mid-30s. But you know, he's a riverboat gambler, so like, you know, I always told him he just knocks out 2 shots a game. You know, right now I think he shoots in the high 30s, but if you knock out at least 1 to 2 shots he shoots every game that he shouldn't take, you know, he'd be a guy in the mid 40s. And so, and I'm cool with that. It's one of those things where, you know, he needs to be aggressive, but he also needs to understand, very similar to E'Twaun Moore, that, you know, you gotta, you know, you just can't take it dribbling up and you don't have rebound balance and you're guarded and things like that. You know, you can do those when you make free throw. It's a little bit different. So, but I think in time that, you know, you'll see him do more of it, but learn to pick the time better.
So with Rutgers coming up, they're not exactly the biggest threat in the Big Ten. How do you keep the team from kind of underestimating them?
Well, I think they do some things at a very high level, and our guys know that the improvements they've made from last year. You know, they were right there to beat Wisconsin in an overtime game. They beat Nebraska at their place. They won at Penn State. Anytime you win a road game in our league, you know, that's something. And so right there should speak volumes to how hard they play. They have a lead guard that is very talented, to get 25 to 30 on a given night. They have athletes, they have length, they have size, and so they're a great offensive rebounding team. It's hard to keep them off the glass. So they're great at, you know, blocking shots. They're really good at rebounding the basketball. And then with Mike Williams to go along with Corey Sanders, you know, they got a couple players that can put up, you know, some numbers behind the arc. And Freeman's a kid that almost averages a double-double, that plays really hard. It's a tough matchup at the 4. So they've really made a huge jump, from last year. I say that's, you know, and I think that for us, just their ability to beat Nebraska, which we didn't beat, and then almost beat, you know, Wisconsin. Right there, you know, we have an intelligent locker room, and so right there they understand that means they can walk in here and beat us, and so we have to be prepared for them.
Sanders has had a season high in both the Big Ten wins for them. He scored 25 in both of those games. So how much do you see a correlation between slowing him down and?
Well, I think it's huge. You know, he's one of those guys that you got to get him to take more shots than points. So if he can get 22 points on 23 shots, you just can't have him get 25 on 12 shots. You know, now he's being efficient. Now they're getting things off the glass. Now they're getting things in transition. And that's where they've struggled. They're not a good three-point shooting team. They're not a good free throw shooting team. So if Corey or Mike Williams can give them that and have a big night like that, now they normally get some points in transition. They normally get some points off the glass. And then they're good enough defensively. They're a good defensive team, and they're athletic enough to stop you from you getting second chance points. And that's how they put themselves in position to win those games.
Why are they so good on the offensive glass?
Just they're athletic, and they pursue it, and they just go after it every single time. If you see it, you know, if you just do it every single time, if you just go to the glass every single time, the percentages are with you to get a couple. And you know, if each guy gets a couple, you know, it's not adding up.
Offensively and defensively, what do you have to do against them to be successful?
Just like, you know, no matter who we play, in my opinion, just take care of the basketball. You know, keep giving ourselves a chance to score it, give ourselves a chance to rebound it. When we do that, it helps us on both ends. Try to slow their guards down, but also trying to keep them in front of us. You know, if we have to help too much and they shoot the basketball, now we're not in good rebound balance, and that's really going to hurt us. I think that those elements right there are important. Taking care of the basketball and keeping them in front of us and making them score over us.